Hello again. This is part 3 of the solo hero run of Realms of Antiquity, the 2020 retro RPG that is so big. We're already on part 3. We're playing at super fast speeds, and we're about halfway there. But this run is going to be pretty meaty, where metal gods are scrapped and we reach the pinnacle of power. So let's get going. I'm going to launch the emulator at the fastest speed, and what as usual you will not hear good music because it's so fast, and you will barely see anything when I'm fighting. But that's what it is. So at this point, we are in the Diamond Basin in uh, the Golden Coin Casino of the whatever the town is called. I don't remember what it's called. Let me Treston. Yes, right. It's called Treston. So we kind of finished this area, and let's check out our player. So he's a level 11 hero. He's a level 11 out of 16. Attributes are maxed out. We're pretty lucky with the attribute stones, so that's good. We're unlucky with a few drops, but otherwise very lucky with the attribute stones. Experience is good. We're halfway towards level 12. We have one skill point not used, and everything else is good. Now, this build is a pure melee build, and right now this melee guy has a plus 26 in melee, 14 to 26, massive damage with an acid axe that does potentially uh, damage, not just acid damage, but also uh, reduces by half the defense of the enemies on certain hits. So that's very good using corrosion. Defense is not exceptional. It's quite good at this point, but it's not absolutely exceptional because he didn't put any points in defense, and that's okay. That's okay. The key here is to have melee that is so powerful that it will overcome the biggest, baddest boss's regeneration. So that's the idea. So let's see here. Let's heal. This our inventory is at this point a bunch of books. Dramis is the main fighting book. Fetzner is for a couple of supporting spells like Cure and Return, things like that. Ropolo is not necessary anymore, but it helps with defensive buffs and some offensive buffs. Skeleton Key opens everything. The Enigma Cube allows us to teleport anywhere. And I've got a couple of Waters of Life just in case. Waters of Life just recover health and fatigue. Eicher is necessary for... Geez, I forgot. So here we go. Eicher is necessary for return and what else? Oh, return is... It was there for return, actually. I totally forgot. But Eicher is totally unnecessary at this point, so I'm just going to dump it. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to take a look at what we've got and dump what we don't need anymore. So return is not necessary since I've got the Enigma Cube. And the Radiant Pharaohs is for you guys so you can see what's going on. It basically will light up everything. It's a light source, forever light source, and it determines uh, the traps and things like that and secrets. It tells you where the secrets are, but again, I don't need them because I've played this game so many times that I pretty much know everything. And Tormanen is uh, another one of those spell books that was totally necessary uh, for unlock, dispel, and stepwatch. Unlock, now we're not going to be casting the spell anymore since we've got the key, but dispelling and stepwatching are both necessary in the game. So we're going to keep that spell book. Go back to Dramis. Now we've got 2 empty slots. That's perfectly good. And in fact, the Waters of Life will get less and less useful as time goes on. So we have even more space for other things. There we go. Um, what are we going to do now? So we're gonna again use our teleport cube, called the Enigma cube, and we're going to go to um, Ispahan and finish up what we started. So we kind of have now the Raiders password, Raiders Den password. So we can actually go to the den and speak the password and get in. And again, we are so powerful, none of that like junk matters. Just you know, we don't even bother grabbing any chests or anything. And now we're good enough that melee has become our go-to technique for fighting. It's so easy. So if I got the chest, the ruined leather, again, that stuff is totally unnecessary. We don't even look at it. So this guy sleeps here. That's the boss. Here's this. Okay, now here we have the emerald shard. Very important. 500 coins that we absolutely do not need at this point. Again, let's look at the cash that we've got, where we got. Okay, 15,000 that we are not going to be spending on anything anymore because we've maxed out our attributes. So here now we've got the giant gears. The giant gears are part of the quest to fix the elevator to get to Cedarwold. Although we can get to Cedarwold via teleportation, so we don't really need them. But these, we have the giant springs, the gears, the lever, and the manual. These are the 4 items that we need to fix the elevator. We have them all now, so we can fix the elevator whenever we want. Next here, we've got a couple of items. There's a thief clasp on the right, and the thief's tunic on the bottom right. We don't need those. What we need though is the thing at the south of our player, which is the Mirror of Souls. Mirror of Souls is quite important. We are going to go and give it to the Padisha, who is going to, well, see the errors of his ways. So now, as you can see, oops, I overshot Ispahan. Our player now is behaving differently. Back in the definitely in the first part of the series and most of the second part of the series, we were using the shockwave spell to obliterate everybody. Now we moved on to melee, pure melee. It's much easier, faster, and simpler. So now I'm going to give him the mirror. Blah blah. My daughter, thanks for opening my eyes. Go with my blessings, hero. Very good. We did very well. And over here, if you go talk to the vizier, he is very happy that the Padisha is a changed man. In general, in games, And in certain comic books, the vizier always is the bad guy wanting to become the padishah or a caliph or whatever it is. In this case, though, he's a pretty good guy, the vizier, which is nice, which is nice to see. So we're done with Ispahan, and because we're done with Ispahan, we can now go to there's an area with a bunch of assassins. I've always felt like, oh, here's a whooping camel. Okay, nope, thank you. There's an area with assassins. I've always felt like I wanted to extract revenge against those bastards for trying to kill me in my sleep the first time I got into Ispahan. So these are the bastards. They're right here. The boss. Who are you? Assassins. Attack. Blah blah. And now they're all attack me. Okay, nice. But you are nothing compared to the hero. There we go. Boom. 1, 2. They're absolutely useless assassins. Ooh, 5 on 1. Oh, this is so difficult. Oh my god. Where is he? There we go. So as you can see, you are basically unkillable at this point in this area. Oh, here's sorry. Let me finish those guys up. Nope. So here there's a small rest area, which is kind of cool. It's a nice little oasis. I like it. So what else do we have? Um, we've finished that. So now what we're going to do is go to the genie in Umgazur. Umgazur. Umgazur it is. Okay, these guys are just hyenas, things like that. Those are just basically enemies that should not even exist at this point in time because we're so beyond their levels. It's just a waste of time. Good thing we're playing at super fast speeds. So okay, so here's a Dust Devil, finish that, and here we go. We're in Umgazur. Umgazur is another one of those maps that is full of traps and complications. So we're gonna use Tormanen and get through all the traps and things. So here we're gonna stopwatch and move around the corner. So this opens up. Here there is a trap. These are actually pretty nasty people. So you kind of have to be careful because again, we are not the most. Let's use Dramas. We are not the most resilient build right now. I did have previously a an extremely resilient build where I used to pump everything in defense. I realized that the best defense is is offense, and so that's why I switched, and now everything is going into melee, and you will see how much more powerful that is. All right, so where are we now? Where do we need to go? Portal. Portal C. Are we going to? Yeah, this is where we're gonna go. All right, so come on, guys. Cast dispel. Oops. Cast disarm. Sorry, it wasn't the dispel cast. Disarm. Cast disarm. I'm pressing space to wait and regenerate stamina. Now cast stepwatch. And let's move on to this portal. You see how tricky that thing is? It's a little bit of a reminder of the 1987 RPG called Deathlord, which is probably the worst RPG you could ever play, the most difficult one ever made. This is a walk in park compared to Deathlord. And by the way, I made Deathlord Reloaded for Windows if you ever want to play it. I do not necessarily recommend playing it because you will weep in pain. This is a walk in the park compared to Deathlord. Truly. I'm not kidding. Alright, so now here we have a Stone Guardian. Oh my god. Oh, it's tough. Oh, it's so hard. Ooh. Oh, guys, a Stone Guardian. He's huge, he's big, he's nasty. As you can see, basically a super simple basic battle where you're so overpowered. It's it's a walk in the park. Okay, so we got 500 coins. Here there's a restoration touchstone. I'm gonna use it just to restore myself. Here are winged sandals. Fun thing about winged sandals. Now you have 2 defense, act +1, move -1. A number of releases before the current one, many releases before the current one, winged sandals were the most overpowered item you could have. It was just incredible. Super high defense, action points through the roof, movement costs were nothing. It was really incredible. And then Adam, the developer, just of course saw that we were abusing of winged sandals, and he just nerfed them. So they're useless now, as far as I'm concerned. They're not useless for a regular game, useless for me. Here's the strength stone on the right. I'm not going to use it. And up there is what we came for, which is a djinn. And now the djinn asks me what I want to know. Well, I don't want any of this except for knowledge. And the trick is that you have to do all the things I did in Ispahan to make sure the djinn doesn't tell you information that you don't need. So basically, if you go through Isfahan and finished everything in Isfahan, the djinn doesn't have anything interesting to tell you. And at that point, the djinn gives you three additional points in skill. So now I've got 4 skill points. So if you don't finish Ispahan and you go to the djinn and you ask for knowledge, the djinn will give you information about the Ispahan quests, like where the princess is, or the word of power, or things like that. You don't want this. The most valuable thing you can get from the djinn is skills. And to get the skills, you ask him for knowledge, and to get the skills through the knowledge query, you have to have done everything in Ispahan. So that's why I waited to go to the djinn now. So now I've got 4 additional skill points. And I'm pretty much done here. So let's see if we can use the Imma cube. We can. Great. And once we've got points, what do? We go to Cedarwold again. And now we go to Cedarwold and we go to the Adventurers Guild again. And we ask for training in melee. 3. Oh, and now we maxed out melee. So basically, once you're in Cedarwold in Adventurers Guild and it tells you your skill is beyond me in melee, it means that you've absolutely maxed out your melee skills. So the next thing you're going to do is, once you've maxed out your melee skills and you've gotten your 2 points in critical, you now pour everything else into defense. So now you go into defense and there are no more skill points. So now our hero is maxed out. Attributes are maxed out. Melee is maxed out, and you're starting to fill in for defense. So now he's level 11. He can get to level 16, so he's not totally maxed out really. But his hit is plus 29. He's got incredible amount of damage. And his defense is pretty decent. So now that guy is pretty much as good as can be. So what we're gonna do is, if we can use the Enigma Cube, start cleaning up shop. But the last thing we want to do to, how should I say, wrap up the build is to get some more armor. Where do we get more armor? In Sagaro Gulch. Who cares about the town? Sagaro is down at the bottom here, below us here. It's right there. We really don't need the town. What we do need, though, is to get into the spaceship. To get into the spaceship, you need to get in the silver mine. To get in the silver mine, you need to walk all the way through here. And you got these like round thingies. So now I got into the silver mine, and again, silver mine is a complete pushover area where there's a boss here, which is the mother. It's big, round, and gnarly. Well, the big, round, gnarly is irrelevant. Just, I don't need a touchstone. Alright, so now what I've got here is a red card. Right, on the left side, 7 down, or yeah, 7 down. So that red card allows me to get into the spaceship. So you don't want to do the spaceship until you're ready, because the spaceship is a one-off thing. Once you get in the spaceship, once you leave the spaceship, you cannot ever get into the spaceship again. So you only want to do it when you're completely ready. And it's a totally optional area. There we go, that's the spaceship. Investigate. Sorry, put the card in the slot and get down. Alright, so now we're in the spaceship. Now there's some cool things in the spaceship. First super cool thing is here. The bad thing about the spaceship is you have to press buttons to open doors. That's just a pain in the ass. These guys are irrelevant. Now here, again, in every corner of every map, there's something interesting. All right. So in here, not this one, the one right above it, just because you have the blaster rifle. Sorry again. The blaster rifle is super powerful. It hits slow but strong. Urbanus is minus 2 action points, 6 to 22. The blaster rifle is 3, 20 to 31. Now we're just gonna for us it's totally irrelevant. We're never ever gonna use these things, but it's pretty cool to have a blaster rifle. So I'm just gonna get rid of the wand of Orbinus and use the blaster rifle. All right. So what are we gonna do here? Well, come on. What we're going to do is to go through every level of the ship and get cards that are necessary to reach the next levels of the ship, etc., etc., etc. So, so these are energy things. The energy things are a pain in the ass. Uh, let's use Dramis, Magic Blade. So we need to use Magic Blade on these energy things because they're they're basically immune to the Acid Axe. I could have used um, the Shockwave, but this is more fun now. I'm tired of Shockwave. Alright, so I got the switch. Come on, see? Magic Blade, and now hit him. I mean, you hit him hard. You hit him for 30 plus HP a hit. That's massive. Alright, push red. Okay, there we go. And examine. Okay, I got the blue card. The blue card gets me to the next level. Now get out. These energy things is just a pain in the ass, always. Now, this is uninteresting. We'll get to it later. Okay. So now this area has one interesting thing. Okay, these are just easy robots that you destroy with acid. So when you push green here, you now understand the language. The language changes in the terminal, so you can understand what's going on. All right, so let's go now to the area where you can find the next card. And this area is very fairly boring. It's just a jungle. It's kind of cool to see all these things in the spaceship, but it's totally unnecessary. I mean, all these enemies are just cannon fodder, frankly. There's nothing remotely stressful about fighting them. But if you're playing normally with a party of 4 and whatnots, and here is the green card, the next card. If you're playing normally with a party of 4 and things, and every battle is kind of it's not a slog, but it's a real tactical fight. You kind of have to be thinking about where to position people, what kind of weapon or spell to use, how to support or attack, etc., etc. As a again, as a the solo hero, you don't worry about any of this stuff. You just plow through. All right, so now keep going. All right, now it starts getting interesting. Not this, it's just totally uninteresting, indeed. And so, okay, two things. First of all, down here, okay, let me finish those guys up. Down here, there's a blaster pistol. I don't need it. It's just It's just a less powerful weapon compared to the blaster rifle, but you can give it to somebody else in your party. Now here, there's a bunch of food, and if you keep activating, so you keep pressing one, you get more and more food. So it's basically infinite food on this in the ship. And what we'll do is we'll just fill up with food till the end of the game here. Okay, so these guys are just, as you can see, absolutely boring. Okay, save the game. So here is the amount of rations we got, 4,255. So you keep, you press activate like a dozen times, and then you're done. And here you got 9,000 rations. You'll never run out of food again in the game. So now you get to the biggie bossy. The big boss is not this guy. These guys are just useless, like things. And this is the Mecha Death Boss. Mecha Death Boss is a very powerful enemy that was actually nerfed slightly by Adam in the last revision for some reason. I don't remember why. But, well, that helps, but it's less of a challenge. So let's now use the Water of Life once. Now, it's not necessary, but let's go Blur, Protection, Exalt, just because we can. Go to Dramis, save the game, and attack the guy. Alright, there we go. Let's go. So now Empower, Fury, attack the guy. Fury, Fury, Fury again, Fury again. The key here is to overpower, come on, is to overpower Mecha's regeneration abilities. So we just obliterated him. And I found a chest. Yes, keep the L2 power armor. Examine it. So the L2 power armor is basically your solution to not putting skill points in defense. That's what it is. Plus 8, 20 reduce, 10 resist. And so you're going to equip this, discard the Legends armor, and we are now basically done. Check out this guy. He's only level 12. And by the way, I just got a skill point now. So he's only level 12 and he's got all of these qualities. At this point, you're essentially untouchable. So let's move on. Yeah, sure. Now there's more we can do. There's more we can do if only we get the correct drops from the dragons. So here we get the yellow card and we move on to the next step. Save the game. Okay. Up. There we go. So here there's a meteor option that we're going to activate. It makes for a slightly easier walkthrough of the Penumbra area later on in the game. Alright, so where are we now? Here. Okay, there we go. So now we're pretty much done with this part. We use, okay, come on guys. You're uninteresting. Now we insert the card, we route, we leave, We go there, we activate, and we teleport, and we're out. So we're done with the spaceship. We did everything in the spaceship. Happy to get out of here. Now again, Enigma Cube, and let's basically finish up. Now what do we have left? We have something in Osthaven, which is what I called Count Chocula. It is the Veil of Mists, or whatever it is. Basically, vampires. A ton of vampires with dread wolves and things like that. But those are totally boring. Now here, this is fun. This is an interesting Easter egg enemy. So here, when you look at that, you find a large gazebo. Well, attacking is weird. Investigating is more interesting. Leaving is leaving. If you type attack, and let me do it once, okay, but you hammer it and nothing happens and you get a few coins. That's weird. If you start again, and at this point you investigate, now all of a sudden the gazebo starts fighting you. Again, the gazebo is like a dragon. It will try to eat you up, so you gotta be very careful. And here, as you notice, my axe didn't do anything and the gazebo just ate me up. So I'm gonna have to do the usual job. Oops. I'm gonna have to do the usual job of casting Magic Blade, investigate, and there we go. And it's just a come on. Alright, I gotta be less aggressive. So okay, so come on, let's use this guy. Blur, protection, magic blade, empower, save the game, and attack the guy. Now I'm just gonna not. I'm gonna go 2 steps away from the gazebo every time. There we go. And so finished. Okay, next step is the castle. This is a vampire. So now we're in the castle. The first thing we do is go speak to the Count. Dracula, whatever you want to call the guy. He is waiting. Yes. Who are you, Count? Son changed. Guest for leave game. He wants to play a game. Okay, let's go play a game. Let me go find you and kill you. With prejudice. Now the problem is, if he'd actually seen me with an L2 power armor and an acid axe and all the power that I've got, he should have said, you know what, just here's an open panel, you take the green book. He should have said from the beginning, you know, you're right, you're very strong, let me just give you my shard and just go on your way, please. But no, the idiot wants me to fight through his castle and obliterate his minions to make me just work out a little bit or something. I don't know what it is. But anyway, on these again, oh, by the way, these guys, the Death Ravens, they're also from Nox Arcade. So that's kind of funny. And here, my defense is so good now that I don't even need to use stopwatch. Sometimes I do though, but not in this case. And here's the click. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we go back down here. Oh yes, true. This guy needs magic blade. Some of the enemies are immune to what the acid axe does, and the acid axe is SA, so some of the enemies are immune to slashing and acid. Okay, here, as you can see, I fell asleep, so I really do need the stopwatch. So now we're gonna stopwatch, go all the way through this thing. Choose your path wisely. Oh, what's come on, guys. That was funny, actually. I totally forgot about that. This whole thing is totally useless. This whole area is useless. That's very cool. You don't need to go down here to try all three different paths. In fact, the way out is here. I totally forgot about that. These guys are nothing, cannon fodder. And finally, we reach our good buddy who is going to be exterminated. Now, there's one interesting thing is he can cast invincibility. So when he's invincible, you probably don't want to do anything against him. But in this case, let me go and cast Empower, cast Fury, and just crush him. See, now he's invincible, now he's not anymore. Power, Fury. He's finished. And now the rest of the guys are just peanuts. There we go, there we go. Okay, finished. I don't even open the chest, it's irrelevant. Totally unnecessary. So there's not a lot of strategy anymore. Worst case, you cast Empower and Fury, and you recast Fury a lot because it doesn't last long. So anyway, and now don't take the portal. First, you have to get in here. On the right, there's an invisibility potion, which makes sense. He's been using those. There's here at the top, there's a strength stone that I don't need. And on the top left is the Luna blade, very good blade, but also I don't need. And here is the shard. So I needed that shard, and I'm out of here. So that is, again, done. Enigma Cube again. Let's move on to the next area. What else should we do? We can do a number of things. We could do Crackburn. Let's just go do Crackburn because it might be interesting. Actually, it's not very interesting. Why did I do Crackburn here? I don't need it. Where should we go? Oh, you know what? Let's let us do the very optional area of the city, queen and whatnots. So I think in order to activate this quest, we need to go to the tower and talk to the boss of the tower. Alright, so Storm, City, I fear them, Queen, she's a powerful sorceress, I have to have protection. Okay, know someone who may help. Okay, in Valwick. Alright, so now we've activated that quest. And that quest is a fun little quest because it allows you to do a number of things. Enigma Cube, and we are going to Valstein. Now the cool thing here, oh, not Valstein, what did I do? Where did I go to Valstein? It's not Valstein that I want to go to. Let me wait until the Enigma Cube is recharged, so let's see. Come on, Enigma Cube. So I'm waiting to recharge the Enigma Cube. Nope. Nope. Come on. Nope. Okay. So what I want to do is go up north, northwest actually. Come on. Come on. Where's the Enigma Cube? Okay, come on. There we go. All right. Let's go to Skelberg now. Okay. There we are. All right. So when you go to Skelberg and we go all the way down south to Valwick, another town or a village or something, and we go to talk to the blacksmith. Who are you? Alright, so there's two things here. Remember, we got meteor iron from the mines, and we're giving him the iron, and he's going to do stuff with it. So then there's the fairy queen, and to incapacitate her, I need to make a collar. Let's pay him 1,000, and we can't really get the collar yet because we need to do something else first. So now let's see what we can buy. When we gave him the meteoric iron, he actually makes the star longsword and the legends armor. So you can buy the legends armor if you want. The star longsword is a good longsword. It's a very good longsword. It works really well with the legends armor, but at this point we absolutely do not need any of this stuff. If you have a full party and you have a hero and you have a fighter, you might want to give the fighter this stuff. So okay, so we're done with this. Now we need the collar. To get the collar, we need to do the whole Jotun quest, which is a fun quest. So let's do that right now. It's one of the few quests remaining in the mid-game. So, okay, so we talked to, here's Flynn, Mission, Crusader, Tomb. I already did all of this. So, if I should have talked to Flynn first before going to talk to the worm, and that's why I had to go fight the worm, because he wouldn't give me the shard. That's the reason. Okay, by the way, on the top right here, in behind this door, there's 500 coins, which we absolutely do not need. And on the left side here, there's the Wicked Edge, pretty good weapon. So here now, I'm gonna ask him for the amulet, and he says, I would need a favor, and he wants an emissary to travel to the Jotner lands. Will I do this? Of course I'll do this. He gives you the ring, blah blah blah. Right? Do this task and the charm is yours. He seems like a nice guy, but obviously this guy is obsessed with war and he wants to just kill Jotens and basically anybody who's not like him. Like pseudo-religious garbage. So here now, on the right is the Jotun lands. On the no, not east. Up there is the right. Over there is the Jotun lands. Now, what's interesting? Here we go. What's interesting here is there's a dragon, and well, there was a dragon. Where the hell is the dragon? Did I kill the dragon already? I might have killed the dragon already. I forgot. Okay, so I killed the dragon already. Totally forgot about that. Let's go to the Jotner lands. Okay. Remember, I got a key earlier, a golden key. That's gonna be very useful. There's a. Okay, these guys are just useless at this point. Again, I am at a point where I'm totally overpowered for this area. I'm overpowered for pretty much everything except for the end game, and even in the end game, I'm kind of overpowered. So Signet, he lets me through. I go all the way up and go to ford the area, and I go through this. These guys are useless. And what you need to do is come on. Okay. Dispel. What you want is to dispel the bottom area. Come on. What you want to do is dispel the bottom. And always take the bottom path. And now you keep going. And you exit the cave. Alright. So we exited the cave. And now we reach the castle. We go to the castle and we talk to the princess, treaty, plan, and we can talk to her about the key. So now we leave, we go down, put the key, place the key on the dates, and then go talk to the two imbeciles, the two brothers. So we talked to the first guy, and he ran away to the other to go find the key. Talk to the next guy. He runs to find the key. We go back down. We go check up on them, and the two idiots jump to their deaths and are gone. That's funny. And who is left? The princess. And the princess is a really good woman and wants to acknowledge the treaty and wants peace, etc., 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 and gives us the key to the vault. Now the vault is a cool vault. It's got a bunch of things, including an arcane scutum, a potion of invulnerability, defrosting orb, strength touchstone, imperial plate, giant slayer, mystic hauberk, 1,000 coins, 2,000 coins on the left, the Stormbreaker at the top, and the Jordan's Griddle here. The Jotnar Griddle is cool because melee +2, melee damage +4, health +4, stamina +4. The Blood Bracelet is less interesting, although it gives you one more action point. the Jonder Griddle gives you 4 damage on top of the thing. So let's just, for the fun of it, use the Jotnar thing. It's still to all. None of these things are important and massively usable. So let's use the cube to go to Skalberg. It's faster. Okay, so now we got to the. We go back now to the Jarl. Come on. Okay, and we report, and the treaty is good, and so the guy is super unhappy that I actually kept the peace, and he gave me the signet. No, he gave me the amulet, and so now I can. Come on, guys. Now I can go down to see the smith, who should have the collar ready for me. There he goes. Okay, so now I've got the collar, I've got the amulet, I've got what I need, and I'm gonna use the cube again. Oh, it's still recharging. Come on. All right. All right, let's go. What are we going to do here? Still recharging. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. And we are going to go to Ashford. So now we're in Ashford, and we go up to a cave here. Inside the cave, there is a circle of menhirs, whatever you want to call them in English, menhir in French, that you can fix. There's this one up here. This guy needs an iron spike, and I've already got the iron spike from the monastery. And if I put the iron spike in here, I close off the doorway to Fairyland, and I can never get in it, which I don't want to do. I'm just gonna go in the Fairyland first. Okay, so now I'm in the Fairyland area with the seedy guys, who are at this point pushovers. Total pushovers. Everything is a pushover at this point. They can't even hit me. Okay, and now I exit here. Now I'm in the Fairyland. Follow avatar. Alright, so, ooh. Where are these guys? Alright, so I'm ignoring everything. That's the werewolf. The enemies are generally difficult enemies here if you're not at a certain level. But given that I'm completely overpowered, I can just forget about all of them. Alright, so now we get into the castle. So as we get into the castle, we're gonna use Tormanen Dispel. By the way, I haven't changed spellbook in a long time, so that kind of shows you how totally overpowered I am. I haven't cast heal in forever. All right. So just have to go through the castle. So now I go down, and here I kind of have to follow a very specific path to get to the queen. That's a nice level, and it has some interesting traps. So here you gotta go. Oh, here, by the way, oh, that's a good one. Here is a cuirass, and it is very good. All right, but again, I don't need it. I'm just saying that it's very good for somebody who might need it. And here is a bow, which is also very good. So now we exited here. Now this level, it has a little bit uh, of a Death Lord vibe to it, because there's a nice little trick. So uh, here, for example, if I go this way, right, and I cross here, I go back, I go around. Okay, so now I'm actually going around, and this is where I started. So that's one thing. The second thing is, right in the middle here, there's a secret passage. Okay, great. So now in this secret passage, there, this ends, and here there's another secret passage. Very good. And if I keep going, I'm back to square one. The only way for me to get through this is here. There's one up and one down. If I take the up, I'm back again in square one. What I need to do is go down and go use that teleporter, and now I've got the city queen. Now, this kind of bitch is not my mistress, is not my queen, and I refuse. So she goes, how dare you, how do you resist? Because I've got the amulet. So I talk to her, I talk about the army, I talk about the collar, and I actually use the collar, and she goes, awful, take it off me. So I tell her to swear, and I tell her again to swear, and I need to tell her again to swear. And then once she does that, I can remove the collar, and she's sworn 3 times, and she said, you're a bastard, you're so not nice, be gone from my kingdom forever. All right, no problem, I'm out of here, right? Okay, I'm out. So you're not going to bother us anymore, right? Whoops. So you're not going to bother us anymore, which is good. But in order to make sure she never bothers us anymore, come on, Will of the Wisp and Dryad and these guys, we're back in the cave. And now doorway back. So remember this, enter, and we're back where we were. But in order for her not to bother us anymore, we're also gonna go investigate, look at there's a hole and there's a missing iron spike, and we're gonna replace the iron spike, and now they can never get back into our world again. So she swore, and she has no chance of coming back to our world. Here's a dragon, but this dragon is a lesser dragon, so it doesn't drop interesting things. All right. Now moving on. What is left? Well, what's left is 2 areas. The first one is Fern's Mouth. Fern's Mouth is a bit of a pain because it's just a slog. All right. Let's just go through it quickly. Oops, sorry. First we need to go, come on, give me a break. First we need to go to the market. We need to buy rum. Then we need to go talk to the only guy who's semi-senile here. He'll tell us to get out of here. And now we're stuck. And they tell us to stay here. So I'm gonna rest in the inn. And I'm attacked, of course. They love to attack sleeping people in this game. The problem is they don't understand when they're completely overpowered. So, as you can see, melee becomes a very effective way of destroying enemies. Alright, so now we exit. Alright, so we exited. Next thing is we gotta go to the church. Let's go to the church. Off we go to the church. Now, there are two paths. One to the left, one here, and one to the left, and one to the right. The one to the right is useless. What you want to do is go to the left. However, to go to the left, you're going to have to use the Tormanen book quite a bit. Disarm, disarm, and now dispel, 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 dispel. Let's press space and relax a bit to get our stamina back up and go up. Here there are 500 coins that we absolutely do not need. By the way, we now have 22,000 gold that we're never going to use again. And here's the priest, so just kill the priest with prejudice and terminate the others. And finish up. So we killed the priest. We got one of the, I don't know, the square, I think. Right, so we then need to go get the triangle and whatnot. So, okay, what am I doing here? I gotta get out of the church. Alright, come on. So, the problem with Fern's Mouth and all this stuff is there's just too many enemies. It's kind of very tiring. Look at how many enemies there are. So don't be afraid to, here's a boat, don't be afraid to run away from enemies. Alright, so again, we got to go to all the corners of the map here. And now I need the word. Now this here, the sirens, you probably need to cast Mind Guard, but I won't even bother. Alright, it's the word of power, so I got the word. In the other chest is a red drake skin. So, oops, you know what? Flee the battle, it's easier. Alright, so then we want to go to Falmire and grab the square. I think we got the circle. Let's see. Did we have this? Do we have the circle? We have the triangle. Sorry, you have the triangle. Now we're going to get the square and have to go all around. Okay, so now here, okay, the giant toads. Giant toads are really nasty because they eat you up. And there can be tons of them. So generally run away. But if there's only one, you can beat them. Alright, so now here there's a swamp dragon. What I want to do is just kill the dragon and try to get, again, try to farm the dragon for a very specific drop. Okay, now here, this drop is not the one I want, but it's a very good drop. So watch this. This is the ultimate two-handed weapon. Critical +4. 8 to 33. You can actually throw it even. It will return. It's extremely powerful, but unfortunately, it's not the one I want. So let's try. By the way, note how ridiculously powerful my guy is, hitting for 60 and 80 and 40 points at a time. And the swamp dragon being the most powerful, or one of the most powerful dragons there is. Come on. So I'm going to be farming this dragon. I really do want to farm the goddamn dragon. I want to get one of the things that are fun. So you saw the dragon lance. There are two other drops that are awesome. One is the dragon tooth, and the other one is the dragon eye. The dragon eye significantly increases your defense, and the dragon tooth is the ultimate melee weapon. I really do want one of those. You don't need them at all to finish the game and to, oops, you don't need them at all to finish the game and to, come on. Easily. I mean, I can very easily finish the game at this point with this build. There's nothing that is overly powerful that I have trouble with at this point anymore. There we go. Keep the dragon tooth. All right. So watch this now. It's got reduction +4, so good defense. Hit +6. Then the cool thing is, action points 1. It does 10 to 26 damage with 1 action point. Compared to the acid axe, it's incredible. The only thing, it doesn't have the corrosion thing, but it doesn't matter. So now I got the dragon tooth. Great. Woohoo! Dragon tooth. Good. 500 coins and the black square. Now let's get out of here. Right. To get out of here, I gotta retrace my steps back. Bastards. These are the toads. I don't want to fight giant toads. Do not fight giant toads. Do not fight giant toads. Never. Alright. So now what do? We go to the other corner of the map, because you always, remember, want to go to corners of maps. We learned this back when we were kids with Ultima. So here now is where we're going to get the third geometric thing, which is the circle. I'm hitting for 47. Watch this. It's incredible. The dragon tooth is just crazy. One shot. Come on. And with the L2 armor, you just wait for the guy to come, and you obliterate him. There's a very strong shield up there, but again, I don't need it. Here I've got the black circle. Nope. So now I got all three. Having all three, I can finally get out and continue to the real corner of the map. There we go. Ta-da! Here is the altar. Insert triangle, circle, and square. All is good. And now I am in Carcosa. Now Carcosa is just fighting and going to the end. Mostly uninteresting. It's just big, long, and a lot of fights. Plus, it's got some funky enemies that you will see. So we got destroy the altar. These guys, I mean, none of these guys has any chance of truly bothering me. It's just a waste of time, really. There we go. Click. Now I gotta go all the way back. So when you're playing super fast, it's not that big of a problem. But when you're playing at regular speeds, Carcosa becomes a real slog. See how many enemies there are? And I'm killing them all to ensure that I've got as few spawns as possible. But still, it's a nasty thing. Note that I haven't cast a spell in the longest time. I don't need to. I just totally don't need to. Alright, so here we go. Now, we can go north. We can go north or we can go east. There's no point in going north, if I remember correctly. So now we're just going to go east. And fight all these guys. So I just follow my map and go through the whole thing. Basically, and here I can. So there, these are great sharks. Okay, cool. But when every hit is 30 to 40, and it's a single action point, I'm basically doing 400 damage, over 400, or maybe over 350 damage a turn. It's just ridiculous without any boost or buff or anything. So at this point, it's just hit, attack, finish them up, finish them off. And with the L2 armor, they can't even touch me. So here, Sea Giant, watch this. I mean, zero buffing, nothing. It's just, you know, you can kind of wonder why these guys are there, you know. And that's why I keep saying playing solo hero is the easiest thing there is, because you know, this this level or this map of Carcosa, this region, is a painful region to get through when you have a team of uh, of characters that you have to manage. It's just difficult. Look at how far you're going, how many enemies you have to fight, and what you have to do. In this case here, I'm just basically I got the star symbol. So here I'm just basically going uh, on automatic mode, and okay, even like two of these guys, like who cares? I I'm not even using the Dramis book. I'm not using anything. Next, what else do we have here? So I'm just gaining experience points at this point, and I'm level 13. I've got 2 skill points. I'm not done yet. And these are supposedly, like, definitely difficult mini bosses, right? Uh, this is another jacked symbol, and next is the crescent. There we go, done. So these mini bosses are supposed to be fairly difficult. At this point, I'm just doing nothing other than bashing their faces in with, or not bashing, there's, I guess, just stabbing them to death. So I'm almost done. Now that I've got all 3 shapes, all 3 symbols, I touch, I move. Okay, now here is the big bad guy, the real boss of the area. Let's try to finish him off without any buffing or anything. Let's try. Oh yeah. He will confuse you. Okay, fine. He can confuse you. So, even if he does confuse you, doesn't really matter because he can't even hurt you that much. So, it's fine. And Dagon is a very powerful enemy. So I'm grabbing only the interesting things. Here, the touchstone gives you XP. This one is the shard. That's the most important thing. There's more cash. And this is the exit. Alright, so we're done. We're done with that. Enigma Cube again. And what else is left? We're pretty much, I believe, we're done. How many shards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shards. I think I can go to the pristine tower. There we go. I've got all the words. And I can insert the shards. Everything's good. Talk to the guy. Alright. And exit. So now what I've got is the rainbow orb, which is basically a water of life that recharges. So I'm just gonna finish up this water of life. It doesn't matter. And what do I need now? I just need to again use the cube, which I just used, so it's not going to work out so well for me. And I need to go to Cedarwold now. Oh, by the way, well, let's just do it by good old walking, if I remember which way it is. It's up north somewhere. Yeah, it's up north. All right. So now we are in this area where the mountains. It's too bad we've killed all the dragons. I really wished we had more dragons. Well, there's some more opportunities for dragons later. Okay, so what do we have? North is Rheinfell, west is Skalsberg. I think we want to go west. Nope, we want to go north. Do I want to go north? Come on, let's just use the Enigma Cube and go to Cedarwold. And now we're in Cedarwold. Let's go back south. It's actually, I had to go across the sea actually. And I repaired the elevator and now I'm descending. So we're descending, and here is the High Summit Inn. Okay, yeah, so here's the High Summit Inn. Inside the High Summit Inn, there is the Wizard. And over here on this corner is Mr. Ellis, who will sell you one time stones, which I do not need at all. And here there's a mountain dragon. So let's try to farm the dragon for empower. Let's try to farm the dragon for the eye. Notice that the dragon dies in literally one turn. It's just absolutely crazy. Because the dragon tooth has damage, has one action point. So the amount of damage you do with the dragon tooth is pretty insane. And again, the fastest way to kill a dragon is with the death touch of Layla, but this is just simpler. You don't even have to go open a book, scroll to the spell, cast the spell, just move. And at some point, I should be able to get an eye, I hope. I really do hope. And if I get the eye, it's over. I mean, not over in the sense that it's over in that there's nothing I can do to improve this build. And nothing will even touch this guy. And the end game is a formality. Now, the end game is already a formality. Let's not kid ourselves. Really, it is. But in fact, after this, let's just have some fun and go kill ourselves a rabbit. Just so I can show you how powerful this build is. Come on. There we go. Woohoo, got it. So here we go, that's the Dragon Eye. Sorcery +4, defense +6, reduce 10, resist 10. And the difference is, the other one is defense 6, 8, 8. So, because the power armor has defense on everything, I don't need to worry about the lack. Actually, the Dragon's Eye also has defense on everything. So, it's 6, 0, 10, 10, and the other one is the Aegis Dawn is 6, 0, 8, 8. So it's clearly not as powerful. So now we've maxed out our guy, except that he's got 2 additional skill points. And let's finish this up. Let's get back up to the elevator. Cedarwold. So we're still level 13, we're not at 16 yet. And let's train in defense, train in defense, train in defense. Okay, done. So at this point, our guy is level 13. There still has 3 levels to go, so 3 skill points to go. But melee is through the roof. Defense is pretty insane. It'll get even more powerful with 3 more skill points in defense. But at this point, it's just that you know, that guy's God, basically. So what we need to do next is go to the hospital, or to the ruins of the hospital, and kill up and finish it up. Let's go straight down to the lower levels. I'm not gonna bother going up. Alright, so here, spell, and there we go. At this point, I'm not interested in getting any drops, any gold, any food, any weapons. Absolutely, literally nothing is of any value to me anymore. Nothing. I just need to go through the steps to finish the game. So this is the Abomination. The Abomination has incredible regen, but with the Dragon Eye, nothing matters, really. Well, sorry, Dragon Tooth. Nothing matters anymore. So as you can see, I'm just not even thinking at this point. There's a Reason Stone here, negative XP Stone, 1,000 coins. I go through this thing and keep going. Go back up, exit, and now Cedarwold. Go through, go to the fort. Oh, there's a forest dragon up there. The only thing that's of value to me at this point is XP. Okay, here's a dragon. Bye-bye. And I'm at 10,460, level 13. So let's try to find ourselves another couple of enemies and finish them up. Okay, so now I've got the permission to exit, and now the meteor went and hit, and so it's somewhat easier, but okay, 10,514. I need one big enemy, and then I'll be level 14. But again, it's literally unnecessary. So now is truly the end game. Oh, I finished the mid game. I got all the words, all the shards, got the rainbow orb, opened everything up, and now I just have to go to the Overlord and kick his ass, essentially. Um, it is a pain to get through all the ruins here, and the amount of enemies is staggering. The Dark Knights have excellent defense, so they just uh, it takes time to kill them all. What you can do is use a fun weapon in the end game called the Black Razor, which is a two-handed weapon that can inflict death. So if you want to go faster, you can probably use the Death Razor, but this I'm using. You have to fight this guy actually, and every once in a while he casts an invulnerability. Let's use the orb. Okay, done. So we got another skill point here. But I think I'm not even going to bother anymore. Let's just... Alright, fine. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to finish this up. Not going to bother getting to level 16 or anything. Oh, wait. I messed up here. I messed up. I need to talk to the leader. I forgot to talk to the leader. I need the pass. Okay. Who are you, badge? I killed the Dark Guardian already, so he gave me the pass right away. So now I've got the pass. With the pass, I can go to the fortress. In the fortress, I can go through it. And what am I using here? Let's use Dramas. Full deliver, blah blah. Here are a bunch of enemies. Again, all those enemies used to be dangerous. They're now totally worthless. So Dark Knights are a pain, so use Empower to go faster. I mean, they're not going to do anything to you, it's just going to take longer to beat them all. Alright. So now I need multiple keys and things. First key is here. Come on, guys. Okay, I got one of the keys. There's 4 keys you need in 2 different levels. All right. Come on. Okay. Here's a pit. If you go through the pit, you can't get the key, so you gotta go first through here. Through the portal. Now I get the key. Now I can go down into the pit. And I could have gone down the stairs, but the pit is not worse than the stairs, I guess. I guess it is worse because you got all these guys you have to fight. And you can't run away. Oh yeah, so I forgot how many of them there are. And it's supposedly a, you know, very difficult arena battle or something. It is just boring, essentially, at this point. There you go. Alright, so are we finished yet? Or is there more? Oh, there we go, we're finished. Alright, and we didn't get even that many experience points. Well, at least it was good. This bit showed you how ridiculous this build is. Alright, so if I go left here all the way to the corner and go back up, I'll get the black razor, which I totally do not need. So now what I'm going to do is go down around the pit. Oops, that's not what I want to do. I first need the other 2 keys. So I'm gonna go back out, go up, all the way to the top corner of the map. Surprising, right? You always have to go through corners of maps. And here's another key. And go to the next portal. I destroyed an altar and I got some experience points. There's a bunch of devils and demons and things like that, reminiscent of Ultima and Nox Arcade as well. And now here we get to a maze, disarm, 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 flip the switch, disarm, disarm, get the key. Alright, so now I got all the keys, and I can go back to what? To where it actually was. Earlier with the 4 altars. And now it just now, as you can see, this is just a formality at this point. I'm just killing everything. I'm not even running away anymore. It's almost faster to kill everything and not get bothered. But the amount of enemies is staggering as well. You know, every 20 steps, just go and hit somebody. Even if you're killing everything that moves, there's a ton of fights you have to get through. Although here, all of a sudden, there are no fights anymore. Alright, so here's a key. I insert the key. I insert the next key. I insert the next key. And I insert the next key. Save game. The enemy here is pretty strong. Let's try again to beat him without anything. It's not. See, this is the only one that is definitely almost dangerous. Almost. I mean, I just cast heal, basically. Whoa. Right. Big deal. Alright. Finish that. And move to the big boss tower. Like, guys, come on. I mean, I've killed like 257 of your buddies. It's like John Wick. Like, he's killed so many people, and more people are coming. What's the point? It's not like quantity is gonna help you. So as you can see here, I'm attacking whichever guardian who doesn't use invulnerability. So if they cast invulnerability, I go to the next one, etc. Okay, so now we are in the final stages of the game. The final big tower. And here, well, you are fighting 2 dragons at a time. The only thing that might be worrisome, indeed, is the dragon swallowing you. But with Empower, they don't even have time to do that, actually. Okay. Oh, we're done. We've killed all the dragons. We're at level 14 still with 1 skill. Ah, come on. I don't want to fight these guys. I'm tired. Alright, next is... Alright, so here now is a section that is kind of painful. Let's use the orb. And let's equip Toman. So, here you're always better off just fleeing battles, because oozes and all these other things are just a pain in the behind. And there's so many battles you have to fight. Just run away. Just run away. And hope that they'll spawn in the other areas. Now, next you're gonna have nightmares, which are a pain. And you got 3 sets of nightmares. There's 1 set coming up. Let me get onto Dramis, cast, and power. Alright. These guys are gone. Here again. And there's 1 more set of nightmares coming up. There we go. Oh, 1 more only. That was good. Alright, so we're finished. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is get to the switch that will open this portcullis. So we can go back up. And we just have to go up, up, up the tower to the top. Kind of like Bruce Lee's Game of Death, if I remember correctly. Alright, there we go. Now, here is, what do we have here? I forgot. Disarm, here's a trap. Here's a trap. Oh yeah. Yeah, right. Alright, so, come on. Okay. This guy's finished. The fact that the tooth is a single action point is incredible. Okay. There we go. And no, let's just relax for a bit here. There are no enemies on this level, so it's pretty relaxing. That was a little trick to find the portal. Nice little trick to find the portal. It was another reminder of the wizardry traps and the Death Lord traps. Alright. Okay, again, now at this point we're just going through the same types of enemies over and over again. I mean, I'd hope that those enemies would realize that you didn't even break a sweat the first time around. Why would you break a sweat the second time around? So now we've got the obligatory evil twin battle. That's what I call the obligatory evil twin battle with the mirror, which of course is a reminder of Prince of Persia. And he's just not me. He's very weak. And we got to the Overlord. Now that we got to the Overlord, blah blah blah, help, rot, rainbow orb, anything, gate, defeat, discuss, spare, execute. In this case I'm just gonna execute him. Generally I'm a nice guy, but this time, forget it. So there's a portal up and to get out and finish the game, but I'm not going to finish the game. I'm going to go back to the Overland, and I'm going to use the cube and I'm going to exit to Cedar World first. Okay, and we're going to go to the Adventurers Guild, and we're going to train in defense. Okay. All right. Let's use Dramis. Okay, let's rest. Okay, so the cube is recharging. Let's wait for a bit until the cube finishes recharging. Oh, let's buy some Waters of Life just for the fun of it. Actually, I don't want my inventory to be empty, to be full. Sorry. Come on. Okay, and now we go to modular. And why are we going to modular? We're going to modular because there's just one enemy that we did not fight. It's the rabbit, and the rabbit is indeed the most powerful enemy in the game. So let's go fight the rabbit. And for those of you who don't know, I don't know how many of you don't know, probably nobody doesn't know. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that the rabbit is the homage to good old, these are black mages, is the homage to Monty Python, the Holy Grail. So now here's the killer rabbit. Let's go fight the killer rabbit. I wonder if I can fight the killer rabbit without any buffs. Let's try that. Attack the rabbit. Let's go, baby. Yeah, the damage is not very good. As you can see, the rabbit is very strong. So the rabbit is the only at this point interesting enemy. So let's go. Blur, protection, blade, exalt. Use Dramis, empower, attack. Empower again. Empower again. Empower again. And we beat the rabbit. And keep the rabbit fang. And the rabbit fang is the best melee trinket there is. And at that point, I'm almost at the max possible. I've got one skill point. I still have 16,000 XP to go to get to level 16, but I'm pretty much done. Let's use the orb. Go back to Cedarwold and train in defense. And there we go. This is your winning guy with absolutely ridiculous stats. I'm in melee plus 30, doing 22 to 38 damage with a single action point, and he's got 12 action points. And defense is 29, 34, 27. It's not the max you could ever get. If I put all the skill points into defense, I'd get higher, but it's totally unnecessary, as you could see. And I've basically killed every single enemy in the game, and including the Overlord, and I've essentially finished the game. There's nothing left to do. So I hope you enjoyed those 3 parts. I know they're very long, but the game is very long. As you could see, there aren't many shortcuts you can take. There are areas that you don't need to do, like the spaceship um, and the ferry world. Those areas are optional, but it's always interesting to see uh, how they are and how interesting they've been how interestingly they've been developed by the creator of the game. So I hope you've enjoyed this run through, and see you later with another game.